Hello, Virgo. How are you? It is me, Lauren B. with the Untitled Tarot. Welcome back. Welcome in. Have a seat. We have decided to do your read this week with the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's an oldie but a goodie around here. Energetically, before we get into the cards, there were a couple things. I felt very called to clean my bathroom this morning, and I wanted to really shower really good, to condition my hair. I wanted to clean my desk. I was lighting some sage. I actually have a sage stick that's made out of eucalyptus because sage is endangered, so I'm trying to get rid of it, not buy anymore. I don't want to be that guy. I digress. And that's very indicative of spiritual cleansing, eucalyptus. So I feel like you guys have been in frog mode for a little while, really cleaning out that clutter, maybe literally cleaning out old clothes, your garage, your cart, whatever it may be, or just energetically, maybe you're getting Reiki sessions, chakra clearings and cleansings, meditating a lot, trying to really break down and transmute any negative energies that you've been experiencing right in your lower chakras, so that way your higher self can transmute them to the universe for the greater good. There could be something in that for you. However, I feel as though you guys have found something that you like. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a project. It feels like a person, Virgo, because your first two cards that you have out are the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles. You want to talk to me about something? It's very interesting. It's almost I'm seeing this Ace of Pentacles, almost I found it, almost like a treasure hunt. There's a little bit of a finally, I found it. And there's this cat over here playing, and then there's this cat over here lapping up milk, doing laps, you're lapping up milk. It's this very playful energy. It's almost as though your higher self, maybe you saw something in your crystal ball, Virgo, through your intuition, your third eye. You just been praying on it, trying to manifest it, right? Because I almost feel like this is you up here, above yourself, kind of almost really trying to maybe a vision board. I'm getting vision board. Really just trying to visualize and manifest this Ace of Pentacles for yourself. But it's kind of trickled down, as it does, into the 3D. And now here you are with it in your hands. Not quite, almost in your hand, right? And 2 and an ace, that makes 3. That's number of divinity. So this does seem to be some kind of divinely guided thing. Next out, you have the Chariot, a 7. That's also the perfect number of God. So you have this Chariot, and this is very interesting. You have the Chariot followed up by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now, what I'm actually seeing here is you through manifesting. It's almost like this little pentacle was that last little bit of gas you needed in the tank, something like that. And it's here you are kind of looking side to side, making sure that no one's gonna get in your way. And it's almost like an action movie. I see you getting on your Chariot and zooming over this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's as if you no longer wanted to be a victim of your circumstance anymore. And so you kind of visualized, manifested something. It's almost like you got a taste of it. Maybe it's a new person. Like I said, this could be a new project, something that is very driven by your soul instinct, right? Bringing a lot of love for you. Could be a family member, reconnect. It could be something like that, but it's you found it, and it's almost my mouth is watering. It's so close you can taste it. It's so close you can taste it. And now it's you're looking side to side, make sure no one's gonna get in your way, and you're gonna steamroll right over this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Because next up you have it followed by the Ace of Cups and the 6. Ace and the 6, that's another 7. So you might be seeing a lot of 7s, you might be seeing 7, 7, or 7, 7, 7 a lot. There's something in that. And that is what you're trying to get over to on the other side of this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Virgo. Reciprocity, give and take, equal energy exchange. Ace of Cups, new emotional beginning, fulfilling. My cup runneth over, right? It's like stars above your head. There's what is it? It's reach for the moon, over the stars, out of the ballpark, World Series kind of stuff. What's that movie? It Takes Two with Mary-Kate and Ashley. Maybe you saw that, but it's that kind of, that's the kind of love that I feel you want, that you've been trying to manifest, or at least the same level of passion and interest in a project or whatever it is that you're working on. And now that it's you've got a glimpse of it, you just met this person, you just started this thing, you're wheeling over to the other side. Because in the past, I see 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I see the 6 of Cups. And then I see the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is a 3. So what I am getting a little bit is maybe in the past, like you found situations where unactualized potential. Maybe there's time, energy, love that you invested in someone or in something, right? And it turned out not to be this stable structure, right? Not like a happy home. It turned out to be something that wasn't solid. It wasn't on solid ground, right? And it kind of left you in the lurch, looking around for like a lot of different options, right? But still kind of grabbing for this heart, right? For this loved one. And I don't know how you could see in my camera, but she looks really sad. It could have just been the way they painted her face, but that's not usually how it works here. It looks like she's sad, almost like there's a little tear in her eye, kind of grab this cup of love, right? This Ace of Cups, and not really being able to do it. So having to start looking at other options, looking at other things to keep us busy, keep us motivated, keep us going. And with the Knight of Swords in reverse, what I'm getting is like messages that never came. So that could be apologies. You know, everybody talks about like retro season and your ex is coming back and your ex is coming back, right? And some people are like, well, screw them, I don't want them back. But some people are like, hey, I kind of do, right? And that's really hard when we've invested time and energy and love into people, places, and things, and it turns out not to be a solid foundation for which to grow on, right? And so we're forced to kind of go back out there, look at other options, keep ourselves busy, like whatever it may be, thinking maybe, just maybe, like if I keep myself busy enough, like I'll hear from them. You know, Venus is in retrograde, like they're gonna come back, right? People, readers, they really hype you up on that kind of stuff. And I have my own personal feelings about it, which I think maybe you might be able to tell. However, this is messages that didn't come. People that didn't come back, apologies, acknowledgements that really never came in, really having to make like your own kind of closure, I'm getting. And then you have it followed up by the Fool in reverse and the Moon, right? It's like opportunities that never took off, calls that never came, right? And not really knowing why, not really having a full explanation for maybe why this situation didn't come back or why they're not calling or what went wrong, right? Because maybe somebody just like, again, I'm getting like lurch, like left you in the lurch, left you in the trenches sort of thing. And then you have out this another 7 of Pentacles, and then you have the Page of Wands. This is telling me that in the midst of all of this, I'm hearing you stopped digging. You stopped digging. You were digging yourself. I feel like you guys were making yourself a little bit crazy, digging yourself deeper and deeper in a hole, right? Trying to figure out what went wrong in whatever situation this was for you and what you did and what they did and the whole thing, right? The whole thing. And eventually I think you hit a wall where you couldn't figure it out anymore and you just like stopped digging, or it's almost like I'm getting the image of somebody digging and they put their shovel down and it hits concrete. It's like there was no, like you hit the floor. Like there was nowhere else for you to dig. There was no, whatever you knew, you already knew. And whatever you didn't know, that information wasn't coming in for you. But what it did was put a spark under your ass, Virgo, with this Page of Wands. That's what I see. You're like, I don't have much. I don't have what I thought I had, but I got my hat and I got my intuition, this little kitty, and it's like, I'm going. You were like, it's gotta be better than here. Like if it's not coming in, then I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get something else. With this 10 of Wands, it wasn't easy. Look, it's like your little intuition right here. It's like whispering in your ear. It's like, just a little farther, we could put all these down. Like just a little farther and we could put all of these down, right? Like it wasn't easy for you to do this, to go back out there to I'm almost getting like rebrand yourself, like just redefine yourself, I think, on a different level than normally you had been before. And it was very difficult. It's very burdensome, very disappointing, right? It's heavy as hell getting up this mountain. But you had to, because with this Knight of Cups in reverse, it's like there is nothing coming in. And it's also telling me that it's like you didn't have anything to give out at that point either. So, what did you do? You Mary Tyler Moored it. You got up that mountain, and it's almost like throwing off like your old clothes. Again, it's like that spirit, like that shower, that cleansing, clearing everything out spiritually in your 3D, like everything, like cutting off people that maybe weren't so good for you in your energy. Like you know, purging out your space, getting rid of old clothes that didn't make you feel good or didn't fit, or just like anything like that, anything that doesn't make you feel good, I feel like you've started to get rid of, and just like thrown your hat to the air and just been like, well, here we go. Because you made a decision. Two of Pentacles in reverse. You made a decision. Finally. I feel like you finally chose you, Virgo. And that's a really beautiful thing. And what's going to happen is that with the Six of Wands and the Page, is you are victorious in this. In almost clearing your mind. It's like finding peace. Finding, like, making peace with this situation. And his sword actually kind of looks a little bit like a cross for me. I'm getting a lot about like forgiveness, forgiving the other party, like regardless of whether or not they were honest with you, whether or not, you know, they gave you an explanation as to what happened or whatever it may be. But it's like, just forgiveness is for yourself. It's not really for the other party. And I think you learned that. And I think you also learned about having forgiveness for yourself. Forgiveness for yourself in ways that maybe you misstepped or misspoke or miscalculated. I'm getting miscalculated. But that in and of itself is a victory, because the more accurately we know ourselves in whatever place we are, then the more authentically we can become, because we know what areas of ourselves we have to work on, right? And it's also a victory for you, I feel, to really figure out and redefine what you want and what you don't want. More specifically, things I'm getting like, I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Like, I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Really knowing, like, reestablishing territory, like where your boundaries are, right? So that way, if something does come around, something new, something fresh, something you deserve, then it's like you will be able to spot bullshit on sight, right? Or you'll be able to be like, oh no, like that's in alignment with me. Like that's being, I'm also getting a like energy, like being able to sense other people's energy better. Like if they have some weird things going on with them, right, that are kind of feeling little, it's like friction. It gives you kind of friction, anxiety, right? Being able to discern that and just kind of know before you even get too involved or invested in a person, place, or thing that it's already not for you. So you can kind of like move, casually step back before it becomes a thing. Because I feel like you're very over tower moments. You're very over big, dramatic endings that like, you're just like, you want to be like smooth sailing. I'm getting smooth sailing, Virgo. So next out, we have the Queen of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So like I said, in this new clarity, in this newfound self-love, in figuring out really what you want and what you don't want, being able to disconnect from old attachments and really get that fire in your belly again, right? Because not only did we do that, but now it's like we found a little spark somewhere else, right? We've manifested on it, we've created it, we got it in our hands, ta-da, right? And we're just steamrolling right over these past heartbreaks, right over these past disappointments, right over this Wheel of Fortune in reverse with our Chariot all the way back to the Ace of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, where all love belongs. Fresh and equal. Fresh and equal. Cup runneth over on both sides. Creates a river of love, a river of love. Maybe that's a song. I don't know. But here you are as a queen in your element, able to receive now, right? Not being afraid of love, not being afraid to get out there, and not out of a scarcity mindset, right? Because you're lonely, but instead, because it's like you have something to give, and it's also you have your own to keep. You're able to keep yourself. You're just like, you know, getting like kept woman, but it's like you. Kept man, but it's you. Like you can keep yourself together now, right? Not put so many eggs in baskets sort of thing. And again, Pentacles, tangible results, cause and effect. You're able to start seeing now the fruits of your labor, I guess is how we're going to put it, right? It's like, you know, you can take care of yourself. You know, you're solid. You know, you're stable. You know, you have a lot to give to a situation. And you also have a certain standard in which you would like to receive as well, but it doesn't feel like vain or anything like that. And that's taking you out of the Queen of Swords, which can be a little closed off, a little cold, a little too defensive, right? Really putting that sword down, because you have your little sword of truth. You have it right here. It's like, you don't need to be chopping people's heads off, like, get away from me anymore. You don't have to do that. You can sit on your throne now. And that's beautiful. And so what's going to happen, my little Virgos, the High Priestess card is going up and down. It's flipping up and down, up and down. You guys, I feel like you're second guessing your intuition a little bit. Like, oh, is this really the Ace of Pentacles? Almost like you've been fooled before. You're like, is this really a golden egg? Because I got a few rotten ones. Like, I'm not really sure, you know? But we don't want to negatively self-manifest that because it looks like we're very good at it right now, Virgo, okay? It's Eight of Wands. Abracadabra, baby. This is messages. Messages coming in. Two of Cups. Soulmate energy. Soul tribe. Passion. Projects. Whatever this represents for you. Two of Cups is, you know, it's two people making a choice. And it's very interesting. She's got a little clamshell. You probably can't see, but she's got a little clamshell right here as like as a decoration. As a decoration on her dress. And there are like little clamshells over on my wall over there. I didn't know. I found them in a drawer. I put them up. They were bothering me. Well, not bothering me. I was like, what do these mean? So I looked it up, and it's usually a sign of like commitment, marriage, something about marriage. Clamshells, they're symbolic of marriage. And it's almost like just like this little decoration, this little adornment on her dress. So I'm almost getting like wedding ring, like, ooh. Yeah, like the one, the ace, the one. I think you found the one, Virgo. Maybe. It's looking that way. It's looking that way. And you're going to get messages that perhaps someone thinks that you're the one. Thinks that you're the bee's knees. As we say, we don't say that around here, but we should say that more often. But you're going to get this message that somebody thinks that you're the one. Somebody thinks that you are the golden ticket. You are the golden egg. Just as much as you think that they are. And it's going to have you feeling like a little kid. This little Page of Cups. There's a few pages on here. One, two. There's two pages. There's 2 pages. Pages often sometimes are indicative of children too. So, well, because you're the Queen of Pentacles. You're fertile. You're fertile in all aspects. Mindful. But here you are. It's gonna got. Okay. What is that? Pig Latin? Pig Latin. Okay. So this is it's gonna make you feel like a little kid, right? This is a child. Again, fertility everywhere. But this is a child, and I'm getting Pig Latin. I used to speak Pig Latin when I was in like elementary school or middle school. That was like a thing that like all the kids did. I'm a 90s baby. I don't know if kids still do that, but that's a thing. It's almost like brings out your inner child. Like your inner childs are gonna play together. That's really cool. Happy messes. I'm like looking at her smock. I'm like, it's really messy. It's like happy messes. It's not like big, scary, dramatic, sad, upset messes. It's like happy messes because you were having so much fun, right? And look, and it's almost like this is like your intuition, like your higher self, just kind of like a little bit like off in the distance, just kind of looking back at you like, almost like they, once this happens, once this comes in for you, Virgo, it's almost like they're not going to have to like be like a helicopter parent over you, like making sure that you like are exactly, it's almost like, it seems like very like precise timing, calculations, you miscalculated in the past before. It's like trying to land a plane a little bit. It's like they really want to make sure that this is like coming in like just right for you, like as intended, as planned. Blueprint? Okay. There's something like that. So they're almost like, they're really on you and the other side of the situation, this other person, making sure that like all of the runways and I'm getting like church, like chapel, like we walked down the aisle, the runway. Woo, good for you guys. This is sweet. Look, his little bowl looks like a ring. Look, it kind of looks like a ring. Oh snap, Virgo. Oh snap. This might be a very specific read for someone. I don't know. These are all very general, but this seems like very specific unless a lot of you are getting hitched soon. But it's almost like after the situation comes in, they're not going to have to, you'll be so on path at that point. You'll be so in purpose, like in divine planning, like you'll be so far in it at that point. Once this comes up to full manifestation for you, that it's almost like they'll get to like take Sundays off. They're going to take Sundays off. I don't know, like they're not going to have to watch over it so intently to make sure, but it's very important. I'm getting that everything goes as planned. So trust your intuition right now, follow your gut, whatever that may be for you. And the advice moving forward is when this does happen, like I said, with this Hermit card, I'm almost getting like, not don't jump for joy, but it's almost like don't go and like run and tell everybody first thing. It's almost like I'm gonna like sit and savor it. Like sit and savor. I'm getting like job well done. It's a blessing for a job well done. And so just like sit on it, like ruminate. A couple people last video, they helped me with that word, ruminate. Yes, like ruminate on it, like enjoy it, like bask in it for a little bit. Let it like warm you up after like this long cold journey, Virgo, right? Because it's like, and it's almost like sit there and like for a minute and really just like give yourself credit, give yourself a pat on the back, like for just think about like all the ways, all the ties that you have cut, all the things you've overcome, like how strong you are, like the kind of person you are now compared to how you felt and who you were and what you were doing a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, right? And I think that when the situation comes up as well, you're going to be cutting yourself free with this Three of Pentacles from aspects of yourself and ways you used to do things that didn't work anymore. Because I think when this comes in, there's going to be an aspect of like, oh, well, I'm normally in a relationship, like I'd do this, or like I'd say that, and really kind of being like, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. It's almost like I was tiptoeing. I tiptoed over there. Like you're tiptoeing. It's like you're on your P's and Q's a little bit. Like you want to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that you made last time, right? Because I don't like to use the word mistakes. It's more like learning lessons. But in doing so, it will keep you out of conflict. It will keep you with this Five of Swords in reverse from having the same issues in this new relationship or this new project, whatever it is, that you had in the past. And that's a really good thing. It's almost like nipping it in the bud because you're a good farmer now, right? It's like being able to nip things in the bud before the bud nips you. And with the happiest card in the deck, it seems like it's going to be a successful venture, journey, relationship, love, the whole kit and caboodle, love and happiness, like an Al Green song. Because the Two of Swords in reverse ending your spread, a decision will be made. A decision has been made. It feels like it has been made. It's just like it's trickling down now into the 3D. It's like it's forming. It's like in my animal deck, and I have the Phoenix cards and like the wings are solid, but it's like the body's still forming. It's kind of like that. A decision has already been planned for you, Virgo, but you had to make the decision. The other party had to make the decision, had to do the work, and it looks like the work's done. So I wish I was a Virgo this week. This is a cushy little read. Oh my God, you should have listened to Gemini's. You guys got, this is even better than Leo's read. And it was their birthday reading, so good for you guys. Get her done. I like it, Virgo. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. This is a fun read. All the information you should need is slow down, Lauren. Maybe you guys, yeah. Maybe I'm gonna hermit after this for a little bit. All the information you should need will be in the description box. All the decks I use, my email for personals, all my socials, all of that stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and for commenting and emails and just being here. Like all of us in the little beehive making honey. You love to see it. So thank you, Virgo. I will see you next time. Goodbye.